Okay, well, guys, we're going to be talking about how I run multiple formations out of the double wing. This is kind of one of my favorite. It's going to be one of my favorite presentations because really this is a lot of what we do. In the last 5 years at Prince of Peace, this was really the backbone of our success at that school. We went to 3 championships in the Dallas Parochial League, and a lot of it was just because we just never gave the opponents a chance to figure out what we were actually doing, even though we were doing the same thing over and over. It was just out of a bunch of different looks. So I'm gonna really talk tonight about how we do this and how we set the offense up, and really what we're looking for, some of the strategy and some of the tactics behind it. So if you have any questions, just go ahead, fire them off. I'll be more than happy to answer them. I'm going to move through these presentation slides at a pretty good pace on some of them where they're just formations. So if you want to stop me and chat about a specific formation, please do. Okay, so some of the things we're going to discuss tonight is obviously we're going to be talking about multiple formations. Some of the offensive goals that I set for my offense at the beginning of the year, and those are all relative to the talent we have on the team and the competition levels within the leagues that I'm coaching in. Play calling methodology, because I think that's an important part of how we set this up. The basic formations, both under center and direct snap or gun. I'm going to be talking about lines of force, leverage, and attacking holes, how we look at a defense and where we want to go, backside perimeter tags, as well as variations in motion and perimeter flow. And then I'm going to briefly discuss, I don't know why I didn't fix this, but I am going to briefly discuss the perimeter triangle and the key three that we use to kind of identify where the strength of the defense and where the weakness of the defense is. So that's really what we're going to be talking about tonight. Coach, our Prince of Peace was a middle schooler, so it was 5th to 8th graders, and I had taken over that program. Um, I took over the program after 1 year of consulting with them. The athletic director came back to me the next year and basically asked me if I'd be interested in taking over the program. Um, Fortunately, I had known both the coaches that were actually running the program, and they were all for me coming in and taking over. So what I did was the previous coach of the football program, I let him stay with the older group because he had already built a relationship with those kids, and I felt that was important. So I took over the 5th grade group and took those kids all the way up, and then let basically him and another coach take over teams as we moved up. That way, the relationships we built with those kids, we can maintain them all the way through the program, which I think is important, especially if you're teaching an offense like this. And you get to know your kids well enough, you know their strengths and their weaknesses, and you know the parents. So that really worked out for us. So why do I use it? Well, simply put, I like to implement it at the youth level, age 10 and above. Anything below that age, I basically stick with the basic formations. I don't deviate from either the tight formation or the shift formation. With that age group below age 10, I might use both of those, but typically that's the only things I use below the age of 10. Just because at that age group, I focus very heavily on the fundamentals, and really want the kids to be good at blocking, tackling, ball handling, um, the basic things, because at that age level, really that's what's going to win you a lot of games. It's going to make your teams very successful. As we get into age 10 and above, you're going to start to see better coaching. Hopefully, you'll start to see a better level of coaching, a better quality of athlete. So then I think for me, it becomes imperative that we start taking advantage of what our talent can do in various ways. Um, the reason why I like to use it is it allows me to quickly adapt the offense to what the defense is incapable of doing. And I think that's really important point here and tonight. If you take anything away from this, is that when you use formations, really what you want to try to do is find a formation that the defense is incapable of stopping.